Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following the House of Arryn and King Daemon of the Mountain and Vale here, as he has gone off at the young age of 17 to study for a time in Oldtown with the maesters there to enhance his education. I think there may have been another reason for this. And, the idea of a king journeying this long way, obviously there would have to be some important reason more than just him going for this education. I think his council suggested this for a very important reason, and that is that the plague is spreading through the Vale. Some of our courtiers have the bubonic plague, and so with the plague spreading through the Vale and some of these lands, they've sent the king to Oldtown to study in hopes of protecting him from that disease. So I think that is kind of a secondary reason, or perhaps even the primary reason, for sending King Daemon to Oldtown here to study with the maesters there. But we are going to enjoy our time down here. Obviously, we're going to try to study, but we are also going to enjoy the adventures that we can have as a young man, a rich young man who is obviously of a highly esteemed position, perhaps not here in the Kingdom of Oldtown, but certainly within the general kind of society as a whole. So we will probably enjoy our time here. So let's get time running and see what kind of events we get here. And looks like we got our wife pregnant just before we left for Oldtown here. Cannot wait to hold the baby in my arms. Well, that is excellent news. Hopefully our child will turn out all right. University visit. One of the boys. Universities and centers of higher education are always bustling hives of socialization. In these hollowed halls, the students are all peers, all apprentices along the road to knowledge, which is why it can be helpful to make friends and feel part of a community. These, at least, are my first thoughts when Merritt approaches me, a suspicious grin on his face. This guy's a little bit older. Join me and my friends, Damon. Prove to us the resilience of a king by spending the whole night partying. Then we shall consider you one of us. Well, don't forget, although we are diligent, we are an eager reveler as well. We will partake in Goliardic shenanigans. We'll lose some stress. You know what? Our visit becomes slightly more successful as well. Anyway, so you know what? We're an eager reveler, and I think we are fairly confident that we could probably, enjoy, a night of wining and dining and still be able to manage our studies here. So we're gonna try it here. Hit me up. They are impressed with you. Whoa, we got a trait, Expiring Blade Master. That is amazing. That's so good. I mean, this trait doesn't come around all the time. Getting this is really nice. That's a nice little boost to our prowess, which can come in handy. And just in general, I mean, that's pretty cool to know that our character, we spent a night drinking and maybe talking with some, skilled knights and nobles from the houses that serve House Tarley here. Perhaps House Faring here, Lord Dennis Palehair, and, maybe some of his sons are here in Oldtown, and perhaps we're spending some time learning from them, and we decided, it'd be good to increase our skill with the sword and the lance. So that's not so bad. It was a good event. We'll see what other kind of shenanigans we can get up to here in Oldtown. Obviously, we've got reasonable relations with King Caspar the Cruel. He doesn't have a lot of. Ooh, our region is swinging the scales of power against us, though. Might need to do something about that. But yeah, we've got good relations with King Caspar here. He has no reason to want to act against us or anything like that. The Vale is far away from Oldtown, and he probably would rather have us as a friend than a foe. What else do we have here? The Starry Sept is a center of studies that truly attracts students from around the world. The realization hits me as I contemplate how myself and many of my fellow pursuers of knowledge, including Merritt and Alan here. Alan of House Grimm, interesting, shield man here. And this guy's from Primrose, House Primrose. Looks like a hedge knight. I wonder if there's any way I could take advantage of this. A toast to our differences. We will partake in Goliardic shenanigans. Merritt can become our friend. Oh, maybe we could bring him back with us. He's not particularly great at anything, but... Or I'm only here to study. I think this time we might focus on our studies a little bit here. Do we need to deal anything about the scales of power? We probably do, honestly. This guy's self-interested. Yeah, we don't like him. Hopefully he'll get us some money there, but... We could leverage, we could use a, no, we can't use a hook. We could leverage gold, we could leverage piety, or leverage prestige. Prestige is fine. We've got quite a bit, and we gain it pretty fast. So, you know, we're going to use some of our prestige. This is, I imagine, not necessarily us, but just, you know, the nobles who are still loyal to, you know, more loyal to the king, to the young king here, than to our regent, Lord Brennan of Skye. So this is kind of them making their own little power plays on our behalf here. So we're going to just tilt the scales a little bit back in our favor because I don't want to have to deal with too much. What is this? The Faith of the Eight have made Tyburn their new drown man. Oh, wow. So they, oh, wow. Look at his learning. That's intense. So this guy, so the Faith of the Eight is the house, or the faith that House Lannister follows, that has adopted the Drowned God into the Faith of the Seven. And, you know, it's a pretty interesting one. You know, they still got knights and stuff, but they get salt and sea. So it's an interesting one. But yeah, they've established a head of faith. So they're getting a little bit more established here, especially in the Westerlands here. I mean, they're going to go up against the Warring Star here of House, what is this? House Norcross in Silverhills. But, I mean, they're reasonably established here. If they can convert Lannisport, that's a huge population center that would be following the Faith of the Eight. So that's kind of interesting. An interesting development indeed. Oh yeah, look at this bubonic plague. This is our acclaimed knight. Yeah, so it's spreading in the Vale. Not go on. The outbreak of the plague is finally over. Its victims have all either recovered or departed from this world. My courtier Asgar assures me all bodies have been properly disposed and the threat is completely gone. Yet the road to recovery is long. We have lost my kinsman Roland here. Yeah, so this was just one of our cousins, I guess. And many others. So yeah, it did not. So we lost Roland, Clayton, and Reynard Mandersnow. Oh, Reynard's recovered. Jeez. So yeah, the plague going through the Vale. I wonder if it took out anybody from some of these other courts as well, potentially. Very interesting indeed. We'll let time continue. But at least we'll be able to return home after we finish our studies. My in-depth studies of the Faith of the Seven Doctrine and the Starry Step have confronted me with so many new questions, not all of which seem to have clear-cut answers. Some even seem to have contradictory explanations. Is faith supposed to be completed by reason or not? Does faith only deal with the unseen or not? Can we even know what is unseen or not? Yes or no? The answers must come from empirical experience. Or my head hurts. If there was a slightly more religious answer, I would take that. But I don't think our characters, he's not dumb or anything like that. You know, we are diligent. So this is something, and you know, I think this is something that you might see with somebody who is, you know, somebody who might be religious, but potentially wants to, you know, establish a strong basis for that. And, you know, he's probably going to try to prove his faith correct by using empirical evidence. So we're gonna take this option here. We got wounded though somehow during some Goliardic shenanigans. So that's fine. I mean, we'll probably get oh, taxes were increased. Interesting. This guy's really going for power here. Interesting. Despite our best efforts, my agents have yet to uncover any secrets. We'll switch you to disrupt schemes because I don't think we need really care about such things right now. We don't need to find secrets. Hopefully we'll recover here. There are many maesters here who can surely treat our wounds. Listen to me, Merritt shouts maniacally. If you read between the lines in Kingdom of the Sky, it's obvious. You need to combine an empty cup, a human skull goblet, and a sword sheath, all while adhering to the principles of reason versus faith. Trust me, it'll work. Perhaps it wasn't a good idea for Merritt to study for 36 hours straight. Tell me more, tell me everything. Oh. Big chance here. We could get slightly more successful, but I don't think we would care. This sounds a little bit too fishy. This sounds like something that is not kosher with the faith of the seven. So I'm just gonna say I'll just go. But we are close to level 1 here, so there we go. Goliardic lifestyle. We could switch over at some point to study hard, but I don't really see why we would do that. So yeah, there's no major reason to switch over at this point. Become slightly more successful. There we go. We hit tier 1, which is good. We got a low chance to upgrade our education trait. That's perfectly fine. What? Andrew Crab died of cancer, and his house is Crab. That's unfortunate here. I was really hoping that Andrew would come into play and be able to provide a role here in the story going forward. He was a very interesting character, you know, a R'hllor follower here in the Vale, in the court of a very zealous follower of the faith of the Seven. You know, perhaps he had come here to convert this young king, but it seems as though things were, you know, not in his favor in that sense. He unfortunately succumbed to cancer. You know, we bring in these custom characters, and to some extent, I'd like to do my best to give them an opportunity to kind of play a role in the story. But as Crusader Kings is, there you can't predict what is going to happen, and sometimes characters can die. You know, there's absolutely nothing that says that young King Daemon here might not die when he gets an infected wound here at the young age of 17, or that we might lose a character who hadn't yet had a chance to tell his story. But I do find there is a hint of irony here that somebody from the house, from a house called Crab, died of cancer. So, but that is unfortunate, Andrew Crab. But perhaps we will see some new characters arise that will play a role in the life of King Daemon of Mountain and Vale. I'm suddenly distracted from my midnight studies by a loud crash, an ear-deafening slam, and an expensive-sounding shatter. What in the world is going on? The source of the disturbance appears to be two peasants. The seven who are one knows how they got in here, ravenously gulping down a barrel of the university's refined hippocras. This'll teach them, one of them shouts. Yeah, they think they're better than us just because they can read. The other follows. Peasants, get us more cup. I'm getting the other students. Better tell the teachers before they destroy the place. Yeah, you know what? We are diligent, so let's do this. Our studies have become hampered, though. Oof, I hope we get a chance to at least get to decent studies here. We shall see. We shall see. You know, we came here to enjoy life. I mean, that's just part of it, anyways. 16 days until it ends. Come on. Just need one more event here, perhaps, to up us up at least to level 1. That'll give us at least a little bit of a trait. We gain 1. Oh, this would be nice. Yeah, we're definitely not going to get these higher tiers, but so be it. The halls of the University of Starry Sep often echo with the debates of students and teachers, some of which escalates into notorious rivalries like between Ellison and Edmund. When I find them today, they are, as usual, screaming at each other, trying to prove whose field of study is better equipped to discuss what geometrical shape is more apt to represent the divine. Something less usual, however, is that they suddenly notice me approaching and ask me to take a position. Ellison is right. Or Edmund pursues the worthiest knowledge. Why don't we move this discussion to the tavern? Oof, we would not have a good chance of success there. Does it even matter? I think that we shall. Let's see, who's more zealous here? This guy doesn't seem. Oh wow, look at this guy. A gold sovereign. And this guy, no. Okay, we're gonna side with Ellison here. Ellison is right. Indeed, he is right. There we go. So, hey, we got a chance to increase our lifestyle. This has been such an amazing experience. When I left, I couldn't even imagine the number of wise men that study at the Starry Sep. The depth of their thinking, the breadth of their research, just being part of the same environment has made me a much better person. With my new gained knowledge, I can make my way home very satisfied. However, during my stay, I've grown close to my teacher, Ellison, and I loathe to part ways. Oh, we could get him in? Yes, he would be a great addition to our course. So he actually gained the Great Eminence and a perk as well, which is actually very, very nice here. So Great Eminence, you know, we're not a level 5, but level 4 is still pretty good. And yeah, I think we're going to bring Ellison back to our court because he is an amazing steward here. Let us finish our university visit. There we go. Excellent. And let's make sure that Ellison is not one of our knights here because we don't need him dying for no reason here. He's probably not particularly good at it anyways. Forbid you, Ellison. And you guys are not particularly good either, so I don't even know why we have you as knights. We do need to get some more knights. I will be marrying off some of our courtiers in the in between episodes. I typically do that kind of stuff in between episodes, but we shall definitely be trying to get some more knights into our court to fill up because we got 21 spots for knights. So that's a lot. Journeying through Rodalia, I passed by a peculiar looking tent. That word always gives me trouble. Come in, Almighty King. I can tell you have many miles to go, and I can offer you a reading of your future travels. Seal the tent and have this witch burned. Ooh. We are zealous, but we are not we are also compassionate. There's no way our character would burn a man alive. So we're just going to take that little bit of stress and move on by. Poor Andrew. Sad about that. This afternoon is quickly advancing into nightfall as we enter the local farm estates of Claymore. The owner, Endrin, greets us warmly. Who is this? Endrin Stakely. Lord Paramount, Stevrin Foxglove. Oh, so the Reach actually has a Lord Paramount here from House Florent. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Once the feast starts, we dine on a veritable menagerie of roast animals, stews, soups, bread, and the like. In the morning, Endrin approaches me as I enjoy my breakfast. My lord, hosting such an extravagant shindig as yesterday can be expensive. Maybe Lord Stevrin and I can come to an agreement. Let me compensate you. You should pay me for the prestige I brought to your farm. I think we would probably try to make a deal with the Lord Paramount here, so we're gonna do that. He's got a hook on us, but I don't think he's gonna have too much use for that. Now here we travel through the Reach. Spouse acting on my behalf. Oh, I hope we get here in time to visit, or before our wife. We might get home before she gives birth. She's been traveling the realm with her honor guard while pregnant. Wow, she's a good woman. Queen Hannah is a good woman. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Military presence she brings is a firm reminder of my right to rule. The Queen and I stand ready in defense of the realm. Yes, indeed we do. It is known that the people of Winespring seem to profess a special devotion towards their knights and their legends. My lord, the knight says, bowing his head, it is most fortunate that you and I came to meet at this crossroad, for I'm in search of a marvelous fountain, which water is said to cure all illnesses. If you were to help me in my quest, I shall pay homage to you. Shall never leave a night unattended. We are taking the... Oh, I should take our trait here. Oh, we got a diplomacy lifestyle trait. Perfect. Befriend. Groom to rule. No, that's not going to be super useful to us right now. Firm hand. I think we'll probably go down the August tree. Because Majesty just seems to make sense for Arryn. So I'm going to actually take... let's see. Firm hand. I'm going to take Benevolent Intent here. It's not the most useful, but it is better than nothing. All right, we're going to join this knight and see what we find. The knight leads us to a small clearing where natural fountain glimmers. Who is this knight, by the way? Parman. Interesting. Faith is 7. He's a good, just man here. Careful, the beast, a guardian. The knight points at a stag standing between us and the fountain. Don't fear, I shall fight it. You will gain knight errant training for 15 years. Ooh. And Parman will become the owner of... Oof, we could get severely injured, though. That would not be good. Healing water is destroyed. I'll distract it. You get the water. Now you shall make a fine distraction. No. I think we have to fight it. We kill the beast. Oh, I was worried about getting that. Oh wow. I think we're gonna do something a little different with our beard. There we go. This looks a little bit more natural for somebody as noble as we here. So there we go. I'm gonna make our way now, traveling through the lands of the Lord Cormund the Noble of House Bracken. Our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing flesh and gnashing jaws, the desperate cries of a man about to meet his end. The noise is so horrific it must have come from the depths of the seven hells. Attempting to track the source, we find a desperate knight struggling with wild lynx. His blade is wedged between the beast's jaws, and his grip is beginning to falter. Help him. No, we're gonna do it ourselves. 55% chance. Ooh, 40. Oh, this is not... Yikes. Help him, bring him. We have to, don't we? We're probably going to get severely injured here. We were mauled by the lynx. Ouch. That's unfortunate. So, we've been on these adventures here. And, things have been going a little rough. I think we're going to say a safe treatment here. It's too late for caution. I don't want to risk anything, so we're still young. We're still pretty hale. We've gone on some interesting adventures here, though. We found found that fountain of youth, the healing water. We get into a fight with a dangerous, powerful wild lynx that mauls us a little bit. Man, yeah, it's been interesting. Do no more than what is necessary. This is the adventures of a knight, a young knightly king here. Riverlander women. I don't think that our character... We are just, we are diligent, we are zealous and compassionate. I don't see anything in here that suggests that we would want to stop romancing our wife and take a new paramour. I don't see it for this character. It does not seem fitting. A pleasant stroll through Waterford Forest makes me really appreciate the landscape around us. The luminous green is saturated as a duchess's dress made of the finest fabric. The rays of sun filtered through the canopy as a liquid ichor. A vibrant smell, perhaps a campfire. I turn to see my entourage and observe Caravan Master Waymar's livid face. Fire, he screams, pointing at the not-so-distant flames where Ellison has been trapped. Oh my god, we can't... Oh no, I can't risk getting brutally mauled. Yikes. I mean, Waymar, save him. 0% chance. Brendan Mere, you go? Who is Brendan Mere? Oh, this was the night that we helped on our way here. There's nothing we can do. Oh, do we try to save him ourselves? This guy was our teacher. This was our teacher. Ooh, oh man, I don't like this, but I'm gonna do it. He's rescued. Oh my. Oh, you don't know how stressful that decision was to make. But our character here, I'm just trying to play him like he is. And he is like a just knightly sword. He's trying to be chivalrous, right? Oh boy, that was scary though. I did not want to take. We're already severely injured. But that was a not a fun decision to make. But I mean, I do try to make decisions that make the most sense, you know, not always. Sometimes I make a mechanical decision, but I really do try to play our characters as much as possible. Barian is lost deep in thought when our entourage enters the quarries of High Road, so we're finally back into our own lands, which is nice. He's leaned over a large, roughly cut wooden table, absorbed in drawings. Something on a scroll. I lean in over his shoulder, drawing his attention. My lord, I did not notice you there. My sincere apologies. I inquire what he is up to, and Barian replies, Oh, I'm drawing up my thoughts on construction and the building of foundations. I'm quite the architect, you see. He smiles shyly. Architect, you see. I'll take one of your drawings. Who is this? Barian Blandish. Ooh, cool name. Guys, he's a handsome lad, too. And quite skilled. Oh, this guy would be nice to bring to our court. Your skills would be useful at the court. Yeah, damn straight they would. Damn straight they would be useful. And so, ooh, okay. So we are, oh no, our child is scaly. All the kids are just, there's a lot of scaliness going around here. That's unfortunate. What name would befit a king? Well, I don't know if he's going to actually end up being a king here, but we'll see. We'll name him Robin. Yeah, that seems fitting for this character. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, imagine coming home and finding, like, you know, your wife has had a child, but you know they're kind of disfigured. That's unfortunate. But it is what it is. You know, we are compassionate. I don't think we would, like, you know, we might be a little bit disappointed in a sense, and we might, you know, potentially disinherit them or something like that if we can. I don't even know if that's possible. Ask him to take the vows. Yeah, we might be able to do something like that. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I can thank the 701. I can go inside again. All right, we're gonna need to recover from our wounds, that's for sure. And we'll need to take care of a few things in the meantime. But I think that there is really, train our scar. Oh, Tegan White. Ah, yes. Let's we'll do a little training here. We'll train him in horse riding. Let's let this go for a minute. But he's not a particularly good horse rider here. Well, that's unfortunate for him. We might be able to. Well, we could ask him to take the vows. Can we knight him? Not yet. He's not finished his training yet. In any case, I think that planning for the future here, as we rest and recover, you know, and spend some time with our wife and our newborn son, despite his, you know, disfigurement here, I think that we are going to plan for the future. And I think the future involves the house of our wife, House Derry, which once ruled the Trident's Mouth, but the Trident's Mouth is now ruled by House Darksea, an Ironborn house following the Storm God. Like, and this is an evil god here. And, you know, being a zealous follower that we are, I think it would make sense to take these lands back for our wife's family. But that will all be in the next episode. So until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.